Hey guys, welcome to part 11 of my Discord PY, making a Discord bot in Python YouTube series. In this video, we're going to be going over checks. So what are checks? Well, checks, I've said it enough times, but I'm going to have to say it one more time, is literally, as it says, just a check, except it is performed before a command goes through, or before the code within a command is run. And if you don't understand that, you can pause it, rewatch it, but I'm going to just jump straight into the example here because I feel demonstrating it might be a bit more obvious to those of you who just got confused by my words. So what do I have here? I have a command, and it simply is a clear command from one of my previous videos where all it does is you can type .clear and it'll purge 10 messages from a channel, or you can do .clear a specific amount and it'll clear that amount from the channel. Now, this is a great command. It works perfectly fine. You could just throw it into your bot and call it a day. The only problem is when I run this bot, which I will do now, the command, if you've noticed, anyone can use it. There is nothing preventing any user, whether they're someone who just joined the server or, I don't know. There's nothing preventing people from using it when you may or may not want them to, right? So the bot is ready. I'm just going to demonstrate this. So as you can see, I have my test account online. I'm just going to go over here and control it. I'm going to type a couple messages, maybe test, test, test. So there's 3 messages there, and I can use .clear from the test account to remove those messages. Now, sure, again, that could be fine, but what if I wanted to restrict the clear command to maybe people who are moderators in the servers or administrators? I don't want everyone to have access to that command. Well, that's where checks come in. So let's close this down and let's go back here. The way we add a check, and in this case, we are going to create a check that allows people with the permission manage messages to remove messages, to use the command. So I'll just show you what that means. If I go to server settings here and I go to roles, you can see everyone here. And then where is it? Manage messages. There it is, manage messages. This is a permission that allows people to delete messages from other members or pin messages, right? But the important part here is deleting messages. Now by default, by default, the everyone role does not have access to this permission. I could enable it, but I'm not going to, right? But administrators, such as me being the owner of the server, do have it by default. So essentially, if I go over here and add the check to allow only people with the manage messages permission, then I would be the only person in that test server who would be able to use the command. So let's add that in right now. The way we do that is we're just going to add another decorator to our clear command. And we are going to say @commands dot has permissions. All right, permissions with an S. Keep in mind that is plural because you can check for multiple permissions with this built-in check, but in this case we're only going to be checking for the one. So within the parentheses here, we are just going to say manage messages. We are going to say it is true. So what this decorator here does is before the command even runs, as soon as it sees, someone wants to use this command, I got to run this check, it says, let me check if they have access to, or if they have the manage messages permission. If they do, let's do it. If they don't, let's throw an error. All right. So let's restart the bot here. Bring that over there. Bot is ready. So now if we go back into the test server, I'm going to go on my test account and just put some messages there again. But if I do .clear, as you can see, it didn't work, right? And if I go to the run window, you can see that it threw an error, missing permissions, right? So it'll throw errors whenever your checks fail, but you can handle those with a, go to my error handling video. You can see how to handle errors. I'm not exactly going to go into that right now, but you can. So you can see it through an error, but if it doesn't throw an error like this, where I'm on my main account now, I'm going to type .clear, and it removed it. Why? Because administrators by default have the manage messages permission. So it said, all right, he's able to do it. Let's run the command. And as you can see here, it didn't throw another error. This is just the bot is ready and the original error here. So let's close that down. So that is the main, that is the gist of how a check works. But there is one more incredibly versatile version of a check that you can implement into your command, and that would be a custom check where you can create a function that will run before your command goes off, and if you say it's okay, then the command will go. If you say nope, then the command won't. We're going to keep it very basic, but I just want to show you how you can create a custom command. So, or a custom check, sorry. We're just going to create, I don't know, an example command. We'll just actually call it example. So async def, whoops, I forgot the decorator. Client.command, and then async def example. All right. So then we are going to pass in CTX and nothing else. And what will this command do? We'll just say await ctx.send, and then we'll make an F string that says, hi, I'm, I don't know, ctx.author. So it'll just say, hi, I'm, and then the author's name. So it's a very basic command. But what if I only wanted to make this command available to maybe my test account, right? Now, I could go through the checks in the Discord PY docs, but as far as I'm concerned, there is no check to limit a command to a specific user. There is one to limit it to the owner, but not to a random user, right? Or not a random user, but a specified user. So we're going to create a custom check for that. And the way we do that is we go and create another decorator, and we say at commands.check with the parentheses there. And now we are going to put something in the parentheses there, but let's leave that empty for now. We are going to create a separate function, and this is going to be the actual check. So we can create the function, and we'll just say def, I don't know, is it me? That's what we'll call it. We are going to pass in context to this command, and that is, or to the check, and that is it. And all we are going to do is we are going to say return ctx.author.id is equal to, and then I need the ID of my test account. So let's copy that, bring it over here. So there we go. So all we do in this function is we return whether the author's ID is equal to my test account's ID. Now, the way we add this check to this command is simply by copying the name of the function we just created and pasting it into the parentheses here. So now, when I run this command, it will check by, what the heck was that? When I run this command, it will check this function, it'll run this check, this custom check, which will in turn check if the author's ID is equal to this. If it is, it returns true, and then the function works. If it isn't, it returns false and throws an error. All right, so let's test this out. Let's save and run. And where's Discord? There it is. So bot is ready. So we have our command. Sorry, I keep moving that up and down. It's just a simple example command. All it's going to do is print out the name of the author, but it's going to check to make sure that the test account is using it. So if I'm on my main account here, if I do .example, nothing happens, right? But if I go on the test account here, .example, it says, hi, I'm test account. And that's it. It's simply checked to make sure that the correct person was using it, in the sense that we wanted to check to make sure that test account was the only person who could run this command. And that's exactly what we did. So that's it for this video. I'm sorry it was so basic and probably short. I don't know. This couldn't be too much longer than 10 minutes, if at all. But I'll try to upload more consistently. And, you know, the hard part is finding the ideas and then finding the motivation. But if you guys liked it, leave a like, comment down below video suggestions for the future. And I read it sometimes. I'm more active. Geez, I can't even speak. I'm not used to this at all. I am more active in my help server, where the link or the invite link is in the description. It's a Discord help server. I have links to the documentation where you can read up about all the built-in checks and maybe read up about custom checks as well a bit more. But that's it. Hope you guys enjoyed it. And yeah, good night. Bye.